The Bible tells us something powerful in 1 Timothy 6, verses 6 to 8. It says, "Godliness with contentment is great gain, for we brought nothing into the world, and we can take nothing out of it. But if we have food and clothing, we will be content with that." These verses are a guiding light for us. They remind us that true wealth isn't measured in possessions. It's about finding contentment in God's provision. When we are grateful for what we have, we open ourselves to true joy. We came into this world with nothing. We will leave with nothing. It's so important to remember that. Our focus should be on living a life that pleases God, not on accumulating things. So many people fall into the trap of thinking that happiness comes from material possessions. They chase after the latest gadgets, bigger houses, and fancier cars. But true happiness can't be found in things. Material possessions can bring temporary pleasure, but it's fleeting. True joy comes from having a relationship with God and finding contentment in His plan for our lives. We need to shift our focus from what we lack to what we already have. When we let go of the need for more, we experience a freedom we never thought possible. We can appreciate the simple things in life. We can focus on relationships, experiences, and our spiritual growth. I've met so many people who have found joy in simplifying their lives. I remember meeting a young couple who decided to downsize their home and live more minimally. They were tired of the rat race and wanted to focus on what truly mattered. They sold their belongings, moved into a smaller home, and started growing their own food. They found that by having less, they actually had more time for each other, for their community, and for their faith. Their story is a beautiful reminder that true contentment comes from living intentionally. Another example is a single mother I know who lives with her children in a small apartment. Despite having limited resources, she radiates joy. She focuses on teaching her children the importance of gratitude, faith, and love. She finds fulfillment in her relationship with God and in raising her children with strong values. True contentment doesn't come from our circumstances, it comes from having God at the center of our lives. When we put our trust in Him, we find peace and joy that surpasses all understanding. God's love fills us in a way that material possessions never can. When we seek God's guidance, He shows us what truly matters. He teaches us to be content with what we have, while still striving to fulfill our God-given purpose. He gives us the strength to resist the temptation to chase after material wealth, focus on God, and let go of the need for more. Find joy in the present moment, and you will discover the true richness of a life lived in God's will.